Good afternoon and welcome to the Swansway Chester Stadium for today's fixture between the Blues and the visitors from Hampshire, Eastleigh FC. Marcus Bignett would love to see some of Thursday night's atmosphere spill into today's fixture. To help encourage the voice of the fans, he gives home debuts to Sean Hobson, Gary Roberts and Dominic Vose, the latter of which will be playing for the rest of the season for expenses only. Eastleigh find themselves in a comfortable position of 12th, not in danger of going down. The playoffs look out of reach, but at this stage of the season they probably just don't have the flip-flops on just yet. Marcus Bignett won't be expecting any favours from the visitors this afternoon. Chester gets underway and it's Gary Roberts getting his first touch at the Swansway Chester Stadium on his home debut. The ball comes in and it's cleared away by the Chester defenders. Roberts was the man who hooked it further out. Here's Crawford, the numberless Tom Crawford. He runs into a bit of a dead end and he's lost possession and needs to get a shot away. And it's just a couple of yards wide of Hornby's left-hand post. I think it was Yates who had the effort on goal. And that is probably the first attempt we actually had at either side's goal. 17 minutes in.
Kick it over there.
Hornby's kick into the melee of blue and white shirts and yellow shirts as Martin nicks in and Ross Hanna's onside. He's in one-on-one. Ross Hanna puts it in the back of the net. Chester leads. Superb through ball by Craig Mann, and it's that top scorer Ross Hanna, 18 minutes into the game, gives Chester the lead with their first shot on target. And what a relief that is to see that ball go into the back of the net. Brilliant goal from the Blues. Woods throw down that left-hand side, looking for Zabrowski, who seems to be winning more headers than he's losing at the moment, but it might fall here. It's a great recovering tackle, but there's the shot, and Eastleigh are straight back in it. It's Mark Yates who had that shot just a few minutes ago. But after what seemed like a great recovery tackle from Ryan Assels, Mark Yates was there on hand to put it into the back of the net. Most of the Chester side is in that wall. Well, two players stand over it. One of them is Yates. There seems to be an Eastleigh wall in the way of the Chester wall at the moment. Yates stands over it. The Eastleigh wall splits. It goes over the wall and Hornby tips it over the top of his crossbar. Good reaction save from the man on loan from Port Vale. He's been impressive so far in this first 35 minutes or so. Free header for Boyce, goes unchallenged. Halls gets the second ball and gives it to Mann. Crawford, Roberts, lifts it up and over the top, and Archer's going to be onside this time, but I think he's going to be beaten to the ball by Wood. He's not. Archer's got there. Mann's behind him, but doesn't hear the shout from the Chester number 7. Instead, Halls will get it and put the ball into the box towards the near post. Roberts goes up for it. He's got his head to it. It's turned in. It's 2-1. It's Ross Hanna again. Roberts was in there, he went up for the header, somehow managed to beat the keeper to the ball, and Ross Hanna with a poacher's goal prods it into the back of the net. Chester 2, Eastleigh 1. And what a time to grab a second goal, just a few minutes before half time. And Ross Hanna finds himself on a hat-trick. Now Roberts floats it towards the penalty area. Assels attacks it. Oh, and it was a good attempt. And a real good header from Ryan Assels, who thinks he should have done a lot better with that free header from the big man, who's one goal away from beating the tally that he got last season. Back underway for the second half. Chester leading 2-1. Ross Hanna at the double for the Blues in the first half. Hornby's kick looking for Archer. Archer manages to win the header and he's knocked it over to Hanna, who's onside, in for a hat-trick! Off the crossbar, and the rebound for Vose. Oh, and it hit him in the face rather than headed it there, Dominic Vose. But Ross Hanna with a brilliant opportunity, put it past the goalkeeper. And the crossbar comes to the rescue of Graham Stack. Vose looks the more likely of the two to take this free kick as Mr. Miller tries to sort out what's going on at the back post between Hoyt and Archer. It is Vose in towards the near post. It might fall here for Ross Hanna. Oh, and it's tipped around the corner by Graham Stack. There wasn't much power in it, but it looked like for a moment it could have just trickled in. But the 36-year-old goalkeeper was on hand to palm it behind. Roberts wanted it. Anderson still has it. Miles Anderson inside to Ross Hanna, who's thinking about the shot. He tried to give it back to Anderson as Roberts tackles that ball over to Craig Marn. Halls on the overlap inside. Halls onto his left foot, dinks it into the area. Cresswell clears it though for Eastleigh, and Matthews has it in the defensive mid position. Hobson, good header from him, but it'll fall for Yates, the man who scored that rapid equaliser for Eastleigh. Continues to run at the heart of the Chester defence. Zabrowski now back to the overlapping Yates, and he manages to ride the challenge of Halls, and the shot is saved by Hornby. Hoyt on the halfway line tries the diagonal looking for Zabrowski, as usual wins the header, but it's Marn who gets the second ball. Crawford plays it against the hand, and the shot comes from distance, and Hornby's forced to turn it over. That was Sam Wood from out of nowhere, really, a good 35-40 yards from goal. It's a four-man wall. Ross Hanna eyes it up. It's around the wall. Stack gets two strong hands to it and palms it away. And Wood prevents it from going out. Halls. Hanna gives it back to Halls. Space to run into, maybe. No, he gives it to Vose. He's got Archer in there and Akintunde at the back post, but instead he skips away from Wood brilliantly. Vose across the face of goal and turned in! Akintunde wraps up the 3 points for Chester. It's his 5th goal of the season, and it was all about that assist from the debut man, Dominic Vose. And Chester get a valuable 3 points against a dogged Eastleigh side. Physio treatment. Well, that should just about be it here. As Akintunde goes up for the header, Roberts wins it. But there's the full-time whistle. A valuable 3 points for Chester. A turnout of 1,604. And after Thursday's rousing fundraising friendly, there's been a great turnout here again at the Swansway Chester Stadium. But most importantly, it's 3 points to the Blues. 2 goals for Ross Hanna in the first half. He struck the bar in the second, which could have rounded off his hat-trick. But to get the 3rd goal for the club and to seal the win, it was James Akintunde at the back post after getting onto Dominic Vose's cross on his debut. It was absolutely superb. So the final score here at the Swansway Chester Stadium is Chester 3 and Eastleigh 1.